group led by Sangha rallies to save the Parakrama Samudra. US braces for more possible attacks after deadly Kabul blasts.
Taking a look at those stories in detail, the decision on whether island-wide curfew, which is currently in effect, will be extended is expected to be announced today, following discussions. According to the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, a final discussion on the matter will be made taking into account the number of COVID-19 infections and mortality rates. In more local news, the submission date of the applications for the GCE advanced level and scholarship exams has been extended for students who could not apply.
Minister of Education Dinesh Gunawardena said that the students who could not apply for GCE A-level and scholarship exams can forward their applications until the 15th of September.
The submission date of the applications for the GCE, AL and scholarship exams have been extended until the 15th of September for students who could not apply. This decision was taken after having discussions with the Ministry of Health to assist the principals who are inconvenienced due to the prevailing condition.
Meanwhile, it has been decided to hold the GCE A-level and scholarship exams on the previously decided dates. Minister of Education said that the final decisions regarding dates of the exams will be announced in the coming few weeks. Accordingly, the 2021 scholarship exam will be held on the 14th of November. The 2021 GCE advanced level examination is to be held from the 15th of November to the 10th of December.
Taking a look at a story that has made headlines this afternoon, a force led by the Mahasangha has rallied to oppose the imminent threat posed to the breakwater of the historic Parakrama Samudra due to the construction of a walking path which is to be constructed in the area.
Venerable Theras of temples in Polonnaruwa visited the area in question this morning. Initial preparations are currently underway to construct a walking path spanning 2 kilometers based on a proposal by the Urban Development Authority at a cost of 34 million rupees. Newsfirst brought this matter to the public eye last night, leading the Mahasangha, environmentalists and other concerned organizations to direct its attention towards this immediately. The Parakrama Samudra is considered the pinnacle of Sri Lanka's ancient hydraulic heritage, with the breakwater of the Wever playing a critical role, ensuring the banks of the Wever do not erode as a result of the enormous pressure the body of water generates. The banks of any Wever preserves and holds in place the invaluable body of water it possesses. If so, is it ideal to destroy such an integral part of a Wever to facilitate the construction of a jogging track? It was the great King Parakramabahu who said, "Do not release even a drop of rainwater to the sea without using it," and it was he who oversaw the construction of this timeless spectacle. Hence, is it ideal to lay waste to our own heritage in order to construct a mere jogging track?
In more local news, State Minister of Indigenous Medicine Promotion, Sisira Jayakodi, says a coincision of this indigenous medicine for COVID-19 prevention will be delivered to each household.
අපිට පේනවා මේ රෝගේ නිසා මානසිකව බය වෙලත්
Most of the deaths occurred due to an unnecessary fear over the virus, not due to complications. Yes, deaths and new infections are occurring, but the masses are in fear of contracting the virus. The government has reached a policy decision to distribute a concoction of indigenous medicine. Therefore, we will ensure each household receives medical ingredients approved by the Parliament that have been recommended by medical specialists. Based on a directive by the President, we presented a draft report regarding the matter to the Ministry of Finance.
ඒ සංකල්පමය වශයෙන් ඒවට අදාළ වාර්තාවක් අපි මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශයට ඉදිරිපත් කළා.
That was State Minister Sisira Jayakodi. He said a concoction of indigenous medicine for COVID-19 prevention will be delivered to each household. Taking a look at more local news, Samagi Janabalawege MP Kabir Hashim said the government has not accepted the support extended by the opposition to overcome the current economic challenges in the country.
Various tax reliefs are being given to the upper echelon of societies. They, however, have earned many profits during the last year. Compared to last year, a kilo of dal, which was priced at 140, has now gone up to 260. A kilo of nadu rice was just 95 rupees last year, but today a kilo is 120. A kilo of dried fish used to cost 1000 rupees and now it is 1500. Earlier, a kilo of fish was just 300 rupees. Today it's 700. Even a Panadol card, which was at 18 rupees, is now 36. How can the people survive? Is it unfair for the teachers to demand for higher salaries? Nivad Cabral boasted about printing money. We warned the government when they were printing money. We warned about the increase in inflation, which will eventually result in a hike in the prices of goods in the market. But they didn't care about it. We told Cabral what they should do. As an opposition, we were ready to support the government during these hard times, but they turned a blind eye. The government is responsible for everything that has happened. Today, a kilo of sugar exceeds 200 rupees. What happened to the stocks of sugar that were imported under the 25 cents levy? What happened to the profits gained by these? We urge the government to take all that money and give relief to the people of this country so that they can survive during these difficult times.
Taking a look at the weather update for this afternoon, prevailing showery condition over southwestern part of the island is expected to continue during the next few days.
Showers will occur at times in western, Sabaragamu, central and northwestern provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. Heavy showers of above 100 mm can be expected at some places in western, Sabaragamu and central provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. A few showers will occur in the Anuradhapura district as well. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in Ampara, Batiklo and Hambantota districts after 2 p.m. The Met Department requests the general public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers.
Farmers in Kantale are hard hit by the lack of fertilizer. Without fertilizer, farming activities of the farmers have been disrupted.
Farmers of Sinipura, Kantale, Jayantipura, Vanala areas produce organic fertilizer using water hyacinth plants. They allege that the government has advised them to manufacture 200 kilograms of organic fertilizer per acre. However, they point out no technical advice required for organic fertilizer production has been given out. Instead of providing fertilizer, they tell us to make them. We don't know how to. We found a load of hay. We have to go to Dibulkale to get a manure. A discussion was held between the farming organizations and the agriculture officials.
We are against this. The government is trying to evade this issue by putting the responsibility on us. They said that the required organic fertilizer will be given to the farmers for the coming season. Provide us that fertilizer.
I took over this matter in 2015. Under the Apivavamu Ratanagamu program in Gampaha, I never allowed farmers to apply chemical fertilizer for crops. Farmers point out that if a solution to this fertilizer problem is not given, the harvest of the Maha season will be affected.
The officer attached to the Akbopura Agrarian Service Centre came to the select committee of the Sinipura South Farming Organisation and informed us. She accepts the practical problems farmers have to go through when implementing this. After we fill this application, 5,000 rupees per hectare will be deposited into our bank accounts. However, with this prevailing COVID situation, that 5,000 rupees will be spent quickly. Then we will face a shortage of fertilizer when engaging in cultivation, since that 5,000 rupees is spent. The agriculture officials nor the farming organisation cannot confirm the payment for the second phase. Without being practical, the government has abandoned the farmers.
Taking a look at the COVID-19 situation here in Sri Lanka, State Minister of COVID Disease Control Dr. Sudarshani Fernandopulle has requested the populace to support hospitals in the country to fulfill its requirements in light of the sharp uptick in hospitalizations.
State Minister of COVID Disease Control expressed these views following an event held to mark a donation of medical equipment granted by the National Christian Council of Sri Lanka.
රටේ ඉන්න ජනතාවටත් ඒ වගේම
This is a moment your assistance is vital for the country. This applies to all Sri Lankans living here and abroad. Therefore, please try to assist the nearest hospital to the best of your ability. Large numbers of patients are being admitted to hospitals while another group of patients are being treated from their homes. We request everyone to support the hospital closest to you.
සේවාව අවශ්‍ය මොහොතක් ආරාධනා කරනවා හැකි පමණින් තමුන්ට පුළුවන් ආකාරයෙන් ළඟම ඇති රෝහලට සහයෝගය දෙන්න කියලා.
State Minister Arundhika Fernando elaborated on several shortfalls in the country's vaccination drive which can be resolved. Most of the people from Kandy went to Matale to obtain the Moderna vaccine. Parents and children residing in Colombo travelled to our district. Their intention is to ensure that their children are safe. I urge the President and the State Minister to resolve this issue. Even yesterday we saw how a similar matter occurred throughout the Putlam district. At times it was uncontrollable. No one can be blamed for this. It has occurred due to the value of the Pfizer vaccine. I believe the program launched by the President should be expanded now because there are certain pitfalls. Therefore, I believe a special vaccination center must be set up in Colombo or another urban area to inoculate those expecting to travel overseas with the Pfizer vaccine.
මේ රට යන අයට මේ රට යන දරුවන්ට මේ ෆයිසර් එන්නත ලබා දෙන්න වැඩපිළිවෙලක් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්න ඕන.
In more local news, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna has urged the government to provide relief to the people who have been affected by both lack of fertilizer and the hike of prices of commodities in the market.
Recently it was discussed in Parliament on the amount they spend to maintain a minister. The amount is more than 6 million rupees per minister. We're living in a country with an ailing economy that cannot be even closed down for 2 weeks. Both parties who are in power should take the responsibility. Minister Bandula Gunawardana recently said that we are losing 15 billion rupees as a nation when we close down the country for just 1 day. The sugar scam itself is 16 billion rupees. That means Wilma company is losing the same amount of income per day that is accumulated by the people in the whole country. Many examples of corruption is taking place inside the government. If we can avoid these corruptions, our country could have gone for even a 2 to 3 month long lockdown while providing relief to the citizens. The lockdown has caused a 10 rupee increase in a loaf of bread. We urge the minister to lead us by example. Take the 2000 rupee allowance and show us the way to maintain a family using it. This special request goes to Minister Bandula. We will buy you a house from Gaul. We will even give you a 2000 rupee allowance. Show us how you are going to survive using this 2000 rupees. Try and survive for just 10 days.
In more local news, addressing a media briefing today, SB Disanayaka expressed his views regarding the spread of COVID-19 in the country and ways to curb the spread.
I have drawn flack over a recent newspaper interview I did. I prefer such criticism, but my request from media personnel, media organizations and politicians is to refrain from instilling an unnecessary fear among the people. That too could lead to more deaths. 6,000 of the most senior professors in the country have come together to release a petition on COVID-19. Through it, they urge masses to stay safe but not to fear the virus and instill fear in the hearts and minds of the people. They have especially noted to decide against imposing lockdowns. They claim decisions such as imposing lockdowns would lead to a higher suicide rate and create mental stress among the younger population of countries. I am of the opinion that we need to take all action required to curtail the spread of the virus. The President has prioritized the vaccination drive. I want to thank everyone who criticized my opinion yesterday.
මට ඉදිරිපත් කරපු සියලු දෙනාටම මගේ ගෞරවය ස්තුතිය පුද කරනවා.
ඔබතුමා කියන්නේ ඒතර මේක දැනට මේ තියෙන තත්ත්වය අනුව රට මාන සුදුසු නැහැ කියලාද?
සුදුසු නැහැ කියලා නෙවෙයි මම කියන්නේ. ලොක්ඩවුන් කරන්න එපා කියලා.
ඒක 30 වෙනිදා අරින්න ඕනේ.
30 වෙනිදා අරින්න ඕනේ. මේ වහපු එකටත් මම විරුද්ධයි. පෞද්ගලික.
And that brings us to an end of this edition of Lunchtime News here on TV1. For the News First team, the voice of the people, I've been Senator Senanayaka. Take care and stay safe.